Yeah, well, that kind of brings us to what I wanted to talk about next. Have you seen this with Algotardio?
Yes, I have. I'm kind of mind blown.
I'm mind blown too, and this is probably the most successful rug story in the history of Algorand, at least. And,
Thanks.
did we talk about the? Have we talked about the backstory, or are you aware of it?
Yeah, we have, or at least I know
Yes.
about it. Yeah, we might have actually.
Yeah. Yeah. So the guy that started this about 2 hours away from me, I
Hmm.
found out he was like, and the reason I found that out is because a couple people sent it to me. He apparently had like stolen someone's bike, and it actually made the news, like that he was on the run or something like that.
Hmm.
So I was like, I should go like. I thought it might be funny to like bring a camera down to where he is and like do like a Michael Moore style confrontation thing. But it's like
Yeah, that'd be funny.
in a
A
way
little
it's like the
risky,
least
but funny.
successful rug because yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he, apparently he tried to rug, but he must have only got, like, I don't know, 10,000 or something out of this because the way Rug
Mm,
Ninja's set up, you can't just take this huge chunk of money out and it's divided out. So, like, he dropped the
yep.
price a little bit. I think this middle section, I believe this middle section here is where the rug happened, and then the
Mm.
community took it over, and recently it's just shot off. Now, I don't know why it shot off like that. I do think it's really interesting,
I
that they
have
were able to take it
uh,
over and yeah, go ahead.
yeah. I think because I saw was it oh the governance, or excuse me, the node rewards, right? They have some new thing where the Algotardio dropped a node, and they do like a no
Oh,
loss
yeah.
lottery, like 70% of the
That is true.
fees
That
that
is
they earn go to a random winner that's a part of the node. So I think that right there, I think is giving it attention. Yeah, Fisherman dropped it. Yeah, talked about that. So
yeah,
that's
here
my
it is.
idea of why it will pump like
Yep.
that. But meme coins, I don't like. I can't no rhyme or reason why which one pumps in my mind.
Mm. Yeah, it's already validated. Lucky Staker wins 70% of the rewards app built using Ready as a primitive, and I'm proud to see it live. Don't take to the
Mhm.
validator, go there. So yeah, you can go right here and put your stake in, and you might be the winner. What do you think about that?
I, I think for that, I think it's a good idea. However, I'm like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna put my stake on a known rugger. You know what I mean? Not saying they can rug like that. But
Well, I mean, do you want to put it on like a lottery? Like, because I
I
think
don't
I
know.
think I think the benefit of staking is that you have kind of like this steady, slow but steady trickle of rewards, and here it's more like kind of like gambling, right?
What I just found out, because I did a node on with Valar. Yeah, there we go, Valar.
Oh yeah.
And what I found out, it's you're still kind of just gambling anyway, because if you basically I'm watching the other guys that got nodes that talk about it all the time, but
Mhm.
it seems like all the ones that keep posting like I'm getting all these algos, they have like a million algos in their
Oh
node or
right.
something like that. So it kind of turns into the same situation as most things. Like if you have a million algos, a half a million algos, you're the one that's more likely to get the reward, and the people that have like 30,000 or 100,000 or less, you're gambling kind of. That's
Yeah.
what I'm starting to notice.
Well, that's true. Before I comment, I want to give a shout out to Gary Loves Algo. He says also, "What's good, SeaWill? Good to see you."
Hey, what's good, Gary? What's good?
But yeah, that's
And hello,
interesting.
Roam.
Yeah, Rowan had said, maybe I'm wrong. I saw someone said they got 150 algo in 24 hours for their node. Sounds too good, but well, you know better. Um, and what I told him, and yeah, that just what you said too. Like it kind of depends on how much you have staked, and so
Yep.
that's a really good point. If you have a lot staked, and then you got to remember
It's a well game.
all these validators, these ready pools. I mean, a lot of them are going to be maxed out. So you're
Yep.
probably I wonder if you're almost better off in a ready pool in than you are just like doing your own node, unless you have, I don't have 30 million algo or anything like that. I don't know about you, but Uh,
No, I don't either. I mean, so
but
I'm starting to think that liquid staking, if you don't have like a lot of algos, and a lot depends on
mhm,
what you think a lot is, but if you don't have a few 100,000 or a million algos, the liquid staking might be the best way to go. Because also remember,
mhm,
running a node, you're competing against the platforms that have like 10 million algos on there.
right. Yeah.
And then, so if you're just a part of their crew, then they're just dividing the rewards out to everybody, and you get your percent regardless on how many, nodes. So that's what I'm kind of starting to see on there.
Mhm. No, that's a good point. I've been testing out the Tiny Man liquid staking, but I've been really bad about tracking it. So I've got to like be a little more diligent about that.
Mhm,
And I've had a little bit staked on the Marcus Aurelius Ready pool. So
mhm.
also been bad about tracking. I gotta be more diligent about tracking so I can run my experiment. But I kind of wanted to try out a few different options. Yeah. So yeah, what was your feeling on Valar overall?
So I had to do a lot of research because I get nervous trying out new things, to be
Hmm.
honest. So I had to ask around, I researched, I read up on all the documents, I did everything, and then I actually used it. And it actually was very easy and simple to use, and
That's
it's
good.
like secure from my understanding. And obviously, you don't send your algos out. So that's the part that I like. It reminds me of Algorand governance, where you're signing a contract basically. So you just pay a fee, and you set your, like, well, first you set your like time, 30 days, 90 days, 60 days, and then the contract will populate, and you pay in either algo or USDC, and then you pay the fee. As always, read every single thing that's on there before you sign it, so you make sure that your algos or nothing is sent out. But it was pretty affordable, easy to do, and
Mhm.
then easy to track. And then I used the validator for Valar in particular, so I used the platforms validators that they set up.
Oh, okay.
Then yeah, so I felt more comfortable with them, obviously, because that's their
Mhm.
platform. And then, you can write to them on Twitter easily and everything like
Right.
that. But it was easy, and I think it was smart play for them to build this platform, honestly. Like I
Mhm.
said, but the more algos you have, the better shot you have regardless.
Yeah. I was going to ask you too, because when I first I heard it talked about on the Foundation Twitter space that they did right before node staking went live, and I actually kept a tab up on my computer to see when it would go live, and I think it was like later that night it went live, and
Mhm,
then there were like two options, and I was gonna just put 100 algo in to see what it does,
mhm,
and the fees were way more than I would have made. Because I mean, what would I could make over a year? You'd make like 6.5 algo on 100, so it would have been,
yep,
a quarter of that, and it was like the fees were like 50 algo or something like that. So I'm like, oh, so you'd have to do like a high volume, but that was like right when it went live, and there were only like two options. So I'm sure
mm.
there's like better
Yeah, there's
options
better
now.
deals, yeah, now. But I still, I think it's like one of those situations. Like, if I can at least, break even or make more, then it'll be worth it. But if I go under, in terms of, if I paid more than what I received, then no, it's not going to be worth it.
Yeah,
And I
for
had
sure.
trouble. I was trying to run a node on my extra laptop for myself, and I was using the stake node, or the, what's it called, the one click node, or node kit, I mean. And I had a
Oh
lot
yeah.
of trouble trying to set it up. I tried for a long time, to the point where I was like, all right, I won't run the node then. Then I was like, okay, let me use Valar. That's my only other option. So that's why I'm doing that.
Oh, interesting. So you did try
Yeah,
to
I had
run your own
trouble.
node.
Yeah, with a MacBook too. So I don't understand. I couldn't get past like the syncing, or one of the steps on there, so I did
Mm.
all the stuff you're supposed to do, but my computer wouldn't, for some reason, wouldn't allow it to work. So I gave up after trying forever.
Well, that's interesting because that's kind of what I did way back trying to use OS one click node, and like it was really
I tried that
simple.
too.
Yeah, it was really simple, except it just was continually trying to connect basically. Like I did everything.
Mhm.
I got it all set up, and then yeah, it just could it was taking forever to sync, and it never synced. So Yeah, so here's some of the options. So like one, it looks like it's a zero price. Some are like 50, 100. Yeah, I don't. This
Yeah,
is
because you
on.
got it set at 90 days at the top,
Yeah, so if you do longer,
or I think shorter. I think you only go
shorter.
go up to 90 days.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So yeah, I think 30, 60, and 90.
Oh, interesting.
I
But yeah,
think because of that zero you got up there.
this one is free, huh? Or well, it says occupation 02 though. So
Yeah, then
interesting.
they can fill up at four occupations. But I think because you have your duration at 0.30, I think you just need to do 30.
Hmm. Well,
And then
anyway,
if you do algo, more people accept algo than USDC.
that's
I saw.
that's probably true.
Yeah, there you go. It updated when you.
Hmm.
Yeah, and a lot of them are Valar.
Oh yeah, so these are the Vlar ones.
Yeah.
Is this assuming like the max stake?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, it's not going to let me unless I connect my wallet. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad to hear your experience on it because I was kind of curious about it.
Well, yeah, I'll say it's legit so far. I have no issues.
That's cool. Jeffrey in the chat. What's up, Jeffrey? How you doing? Channel
What's
member.
good,
Good to see
Jeffrey?
you. Good to see you. Yeah. So it's been interesting seeing the results. I was hoping more people. I think a lot of people don't want to say like what the stake they're putting in is, and
Yeah, of
so
course. Yeah.
yeah. So then then you don't know. Then it's like, well, you can get the total, but it doesn't really tell you anything because you don't know how much they're staking, like how much they're
Mhm.
making.
Just know if they're making a lot every day, they have a lot. That's what I say.
Right. Exactly. Let's see. I want to go over.
It's a whale game.
Right. It
Hmm.
was. I guess it was nice that they capped it at. That they capped it at 70 million, but it's still pretty high, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's high. So after a while, it'd be like only institutions will have it worth it if that happens.
Well, because then someone asked me, they're like, "Well, what if?" They're like, "Is Coinbase ever going to bring back algo staking?" And I'm like, "Well, I guess they kind of could, but they'd have to.
Run a node.
It might be, yeah, they'd have to run. They probably have to run like a series of nodes to make it work as an institution. And I don't know if like that's something they would just do on their own. I assume that's something like they would have to make some partnership
Hmm.
with Algorand on.
Yeah, it would be interesting.
So I thought this was interesting. So Gavin.algo, let me make sure that's showing up. Yes, okay. Gavin.algo said, when will Algorand offer private transfers? That'd be so cool. Uh, D3 Joker said, yeah, this will be a killer feature. John Allen Woods, I think I talked about this a few times. Can we have a bit of an idea how things are going on this front? And he says, we'll have ZKP, zero knowledge proof based private tokens this year, I expect. I didn't see that coming. Did you?
No, no, I didn't. That's interesting.
Yeah, he just posted this yesterday at 3:44 a.m. my time, but he's in Ireland, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, so probably time zone thing. But I don't know. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I wonder how that would work and what kind of private token transactions could you make?
Yeah, what's it going to be like an ASA?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Because how
Yeah,
could you turn USDC private? I'm not sure.
yeah, I'm kind of curious if this is like a separate application, but if it is, then wouldn't that be someone outside the ecosystem doing that, not necessarily, or are they providing the code? It's definitely sparks some interest, huh?
Yeah. Very interesting. I'm definitely going to be following this story, I guess, see what happens. He said, expect this year.
That's what he said. Yeah. He's I know John Woods is a big Monero fan. He's talked about that a bunch of
Mhm.
times, and I know he's a big fan of like the privacy coin movement.
Interesting. Yeah, we'll see.
Here's Monko is going to teach us how this works. Let's see how that's showing up. Oh yeah, that's good. Transaction private with an anonymity with zero knowledge proof. The sender, recipient, and amount of a transaction can be hidden from the public ledger. For example, transactions in Zcash, a well-known ZKP-based cryptocurrency, can be shielded, meaning only the parties involved in the transaction know the details.
Monko
Confidentiality, the amount.
smart.
Monko smart, yeah, he's teaching us how it is. Confidentiality, the amounts transferred are not visible on the blockchain unless explicitly made public by the users involved. So yeah, I guess yeah, it seems like an ASA could do that, I guess, if you programmed it right. But I guess I don't know. I don't know enough about that side of it.
Yeah, you might have to, like you said, a privacy coin that's like a private algo or something that was
Yeah.
probably like wrapped or ASA that then can move value privately. It has to be a contract.
Right.
Interesting.
So anyway, yeah, I just thought that was I thought that was like a cool little tidbit. I haven't I don't think I shared that on my channel at all. So